my god. Okay. Yay! Oh, it's been so long since I've streamed, y'all. It's so bad. Hey, hello. Hello, friends. Oh my god. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I really hate streaming software. I really do. Um, yeah, as I was saying before I had to restart, um, and before a lot of people got here, is I want to add a lot of prompts to a bunch of games. Not like a ton to a single game, but a lot of them are missing a couple or need a couple more. So I'm just going to go through and try to add some. I may fail at that. I may switch to Blade Breaks instead or something else because my brain. But I'm going to try. So I'm going to start with the first step. And I think these were the last two I added. And then I would like to have like 2 or 3 more, I feel like. Um, and this is the intro game, which I think is really important. And I'm like still, I still am like second guessing myself about whether or not this is like enough. But people tend to do like much longer scenes with these prompts than I intend them to a lot of the time. So maybe it's fine. Um I just want a little thing to jump off of. I'm trying to figure out what like experiences I'm missing. Cuz I want a bunch of different prompts that could lead into different experiences. And this is like a talkie one. This one's good for a lot of different experiences, I feel like. And this I just wrote because it's sometimes you have to go fishing. Um, and this is like a super specific one for the like item or weapon one, right? So I think I could use a physical prompt, right? I could use something about, I guess the physical location of the town is covered, but like I guess not necessarily physical like strength or endurance, but like doing a thing that you are not used to, which you might not expect to be really like taxing. Um, if it's like a harvest thing and you're like helping with like threshing or something, and it's like a lot more than you expected or something like that, something along those lines. Hmm. Oh my god, this my formatting in Google Docs is a crime. I need y'all to know this. So I'm gonna do this, and please forgive me. um, a town with a strength or just dexterity score. It's true. All formatting in Google Docs is a crime. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Am I? Wait. Jay? Is Jay here? I don't. Um, is this working? Is this working? Okay. Um. Jay, if you're here, say something in chat. If not, I will try to fix that. Um. Yeah. So I kind of like it being a harvest thing. Um. But less about physical strength and more about like there being like a trick or just like a way of getting used to it that a townsperson is like, oh yeah, no problem. I've been doing this since I was 5. And an adventure is like, what the fuck? This is the hardest thing I've done. Um, for some reason, my brain is going like directly to strawberry picking, which is not particularly difficult. Um, but something along those lines. Yeah, I mean that also I don't know anything about tilling a field, so I could be wrong, but I think that is a little more. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um it could be planting or like there's a fucking scene in one of the fuck Laura Ingalls Wilder, but one of the Little House books um where there's like a frost and they have to save, was it potato plants? There was like a frost and they had to pour water on potato plants before the sun came up because the like sunlight would fuck with them and kill them, but if you poured water on them in the dark they would thaw enough to like not die or something like that. Oh, oh, that's good. It is hard to keep a potted plant alive. um Okay. I'm gonna do the frost one, and then I'm gonna think about cultivating a certain plant. Of something. Um, I could just say crops there. That's fine. Wrong button. What did I do here? Fine. Eh. Eh. Oh, formatting. A thing that I've just realized that I think I probably thought about before when I was writing these, but I think I have forgotten the reason for doing so since then is that none of these are questions like a lot of other prompts in this game. They're just little vignettes. I don't know why Past Me did this. I like it. I think it's good for this specifically because I like these being a little more vague, um, and not going for a specific thing. But it is strange to me now reading all of these and trying to write this one, which makes me want to ask a question, but I don't think I should. Um, I'm just gonna say it's a lot more difficult than you think. Um, okay. Um, I'm gonna think about the potted plant thing. It's like a little. See, the thing is, it feels a little too restricted to the one character to me. Like if it was asking someone to help you and like to teach you how to take care of plants properly, then this one already kind of covers it. This first one, about a mentor. And I feel like it also might kind of, the kind of scenes that I want out of that might fall into homegrown. Although this is more, yeah. I do think I need at least one more and probably two here, but I'm going to think about that and come back to it later. Side quest doesn't need any prompts. Wear and tear needs more prompts. Oh, here it is. um. Okay. This one is very much. I feel like I could probably have another thing that's about experiences specifically, and another thing that's not explicitly about experiences, but could be. Both ears. Yeah. See, I feel like that's a different game though. Like wishing well already exists. I don't want to be cutting into Riley's thing too much, you know. Um I don't need a Stardew prompt in this game. So I'm trying to think. Love asking another character for help. Love learning from another townsperson or player character. Love just being good at your fucking job. Love making snacks for people. Mm, I think I want something about finding fun in the work. Which is kind of the you're completely in your element one. I've definitely seen people use that to be like, oh, because of like my bard abilities or some shit. It's like everyone feels better, everyone finishes the work faster or something like that. But I don't. Something about fun. Something about coming up with a work song together, or um, making a game out of a task that is much more boring. Mm, hmm. It's like, God, yeah. This only has 4 prompts because it's really hard to come up with good ones. I'm like, yeah, yeah. No, it definitely is. I definitely want this kind of prompt where it's like, You notice everyone flagging a bit in a frustrating stretch of the work. How do you lift everyone's spirits? Is that the right way to do that, possessive? I never know. I feel like okay. No, okay. I love grammar. I'm going to pay someone to edit this, so it's fine, but uh okay. Cool. So I think that covers that base that I wanted to. What's another thing about experiences? Um, ooh, being nervous about doing a new thing. And someone else encouraging you. Um, like, what is it? What is it? I'm like, you're nervous about leading a part of this, or or like being in charge of the design, maybe. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. So something based around a new feature where you came up with this idea. Your character came up with this idea, and it's kind of a new thing, and it's not like a thing that you have a ton of experience doing. And like you suggested it, so you're in charge of it, and you're really nervous about this, and someone else, either one of the other player characters or someone who works at the tavern or someone, um, kind of helps you get over those nerves. How do I say that briefly? Um, Everyone loves your new idea. New idea. Your idea for a new addition to the tavern. They put you in charge, but you don't have of it, but you don't have a lot of experience. And you're a little nervous. Your nerves are getting to you. Who encourages you? Who gives you encouragement? And how? A little long, but I think that's fine. Um, I could probably use like one or two more here, but that's progress. I will come back to it later. Market day needs a little more. Okay. So market day came from the like space hack long way game that Quinn was Quinn wanted to write, and I'm designing with her. It made a lot of sense here, but I don't. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out what kind of prompts I need here. Something hard to find. Giving up gear. A task. A story. A gift. A question. Information. I could put something about haggling here. Like, something about not being taken seriously, I think, as someone who's new. Mm, it's a little bit anxiety inducing, so I don't know if that's exactly the angle, but like something in that vein. Mm, what kind of bargaining? How do you. Oh, that's long to wait for a tavern thing. 1 to 2 weeks, huh? Yeah, walking around and like even if it's like we'll be done with this later in the day, um, like it'll take a while for this to be like prepared to move. Oh, times are tough. It's I kind of like there being one that's like there is a merchant here who is driving kind of a hard bargain because of like a situation. Like how do you negotiate through that? Yeah, okay. crimes. There's a merchant driving a hard bargain who's the only one selling something you need. Desperately need. How can you negotiate? Can you find a way to it's like I want you to have like a sense of the fact that this person is struggling, and the only reason they're like selling something. I also want this to be about helping this other person though. It's like you need this thing and you want to help this person so that they can also get what they want. Which is a little naive maybe, but there's a merchant in a tough spot. No. That doesn't sound right. A hard bargain. Only one song you desperately need. Heard. Tough spot. Can you help them find a way to help them? Can you find a way to help them and get what you need? I don't know if that's going to be the final wording, but I'm going to put that down for now. And then, yeah, waiting for a shipment to be prepared. And you have a couple hours to kill. Told to wait the rest of the day for shipment to be prepared. As you're wandering the market. Just like finding a tiny store sandwiched between two places that you really like. Oh my god. I'm a fool. Oh, but this is... Can I change those settings? Yeah, the reason I have this is because it's not... This is 14 and this is 8, and I don't really see a way to have that space and also have it be a different size and also be able to edit it after it's been added. So I guess I'm still stuck committing crimes. That's, I think, enough for this one. For now, homegrown. I like a lot of these. There's a lot of them also. It's kind of... It took me a second to be able to write these prompts because I couldn't figure out the angle, but like having a slightly like sillier game really appealed to me once I got there. I don't know if I need any more right now. Because they're like, oh, the potted plant thing from earlier, honestly, is like, it's here. This is where I want that to be. Um, love to develop a rivalry with a potted plant. Yeah, I think homegrown is maybe okay for now. Sliced is good. Romancing a Stranger, I'm like... It could probably have a couple more prompts, but it is maybe... No, I could add a couple. I just don't know what to add with this one. It's been a while since I've looked at this. I wrote Romancing a Stranger pretty early on. It was like Last of the Gods was really easy to write because of Bartender, and then Romancing a Stranger, I don't even remember what I was... It's just a general flirty game. I can't remember if I had more specific touchstones. Bad jokes, talking about travel. Meeting eyes. I'm like, I don't know if I have ideas. Oh, wait, no, I do have one. Where it's like you're stealing food from each other's plates. There's like a we were watching Kato and I were watching Midnight Diner. And there's like these two characters in that episode that are like there's like a Yakuza guy who is ordering like the octopus cut wieners and the sausages, cocktail sausages, and like um kind of a rough stereotype of a effeminate gay man who was ordering like tamagoyaki, very sweet. Yeah, I kind of want it to be this exchange and teasing and how do I write this? You get me to try some of what you're eating. That isn't how I want to phrase this. How I don't know why, but that phrasing just did not do it for me. What am I trying to do here? Um there's two dishes. They're probably like appetizer type things, or they're like easy to steal bites of. How do I do that in words? Surprise me. God. I definitely don't want dice in this, but that is very good. Oh, God. Like, I almost want it to be about, like, I mean, it is like a bar snack or like a late night thing in Midnight Diner, and it's like that kind of vibe. But I don't want to say bar snack here. Something about it being like your usual order. Something about you've both ordered your usual. What do I say down here? Yeah, I'm like, I don't know why I'm so. I've been trying to like avoid alcohol outside of Glass of the Gods, I guess. Even though it's a tavern, hmm. Okay, I've got it. I order my usual, and you do the same. It's, it's more like teasing, flirting, being teased for ordering this thing where it's like in this example, it's like the Yakuza guy ordering little cocktail sausages cut like wieners, like octopi is like he's getting teased for it. I'm like, I guess I don't have to imply. What do you say about what I ordered? I'm like, this isn't quite it, but I also don't know exactly how to word this better right now. I'm gonna put a space there. I don't know if I have another one right now. This one's a little easier because it's always going to be two people. I guess not always. It could be more, I guess, but it is meant for two people, so it's a little easier to get away with fewer prompts. So I guess off the clock, which this is the one I might need to tweak design wise. Okay. Because the way that this game is set up is that it's a very. This one's a very Firebrainsy game where you're taking turns doing an action and then you're passing, and then once everyone has passed, it's over, right? Which doesn't really work as well as I hoped because it doesn't make sense then if everyone wants to keep going, and it's like. I don't know. Also, if you play this game more than once, then you run through the options pretty quickly, which would be helped by writing more options, which I will try to do. But if everyone wants to hang out, then you go through this whole thing in like one round. And that's like a lot for a day. There's a lot happening in a day. I'm like trying to figure out if I should say. Um, turns. On your turn, choose a prompt from the list below. Yeah. The thing is, I feel like people like this game and they like to go a bunch of turns, and I think it would make sense for each person to do like 2 or 3 things on their own, and I'm trying to figure out a way to word this so that it's like you can join other people or you can do your own like vignette of what you're up to. I'm like maybe even saying this is the tavern is closed for the day. Who wants to do on a proper day off? Things are slower right now. And you can get away with closing up for a day. That's true. Yeah, I want this to be a little more flexible than it is now, I think, which, like, you can choose to do things on your own and then you can come back and join the group in an action. Describe what happens together or replace. You know, you can pass or look at the time and realize you have to get back to work. Ooh, that's give me a page break. Yeah, like getting food, ball game. Choose a prompt from the list below or come up with your own. Okay, I think, yeah, here it needs to be on your turn. You can do a scene alone or ask one or more players to join you. Choose a prompt from the list below or come up with your own. Okay, this needs to be different. Hmm. Maybe I don't need anything else there. Maybe this is actually fine. Choose a prompt from the list below to start. Start by choosing a prompt. List below or coming up with your own. I think here I could say on one turn you might do a scene alone, but you might jump back in for another group scene with the group the next turn. Take turns. On your turn, you can do a scene alone or ask one or more players to join you. Start by choosing a prompt from the list below or coming up with your own. On one turn, you might do a scene alone, but you might jump back in with the group the next turn. If nothing comes to mind, you can pass or look at the time and realize you have to get back to work. Okay, yeah, that's good. Probably 2 or 3 more prompts here. I was just thinking about like making a weird experimental food where it's like you're making the same stuff at the tavern most days, but like you keep having weird ideas and you're like, today I have to cook this thing. Um, it gets a little boring cooking the same things at the tavern every day, almost every day. Oh my god. Yeah, you could just go to another tavern. Um, what weird, what experimental dish are you finally going to try? Mm, okay. I'm like, is just going home and cleaning too sad? Is that too real? Is that not a good idea? Yeah. Yeah, like a Yeah, it is a self-care thing. Yeah, I guess I could frame it more around like it's not like your house is a fucking dump, but being able to do a deep clean is just like a lot of energy and a lot of time that you haven't had all at once. I need to vacuum my house. Uh, it's not that your house is a mess. Um, like, what's the question here? Like, finding something maybe, or like, what's the most satisfying part of it? Yeah, I don't want to go that sad. What's the most satisfying thing to I guess what's the most rewarding part? I'm like I want there to be room for like you have a special treat after, or it's just really nice to be able to look at everything and see it be like sparkling clean. What's the most rewarding thing? Or no, what's yeah, it's like what's the most rewarding thing about having done all of this, but phrased a little better? Um, how long have I been go? Oh my god, I've been going an hour. Um, reward maybe might not be the right word. What's the best part of being done with it? Or hmm. Oh my god. Fuck. I never hit record on the stream. I think I mean I guess YouTube still saves it, but I'm a fool. Um, God. Yeah, I don't know if I want to make it feel insurmountable like that. Just like, oh my God. How do you reward yourself when you're done? Which isn't. I also might reward that at some point, but it is kind of what I'm going for. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could use another one. I don't have one here that's just visit a friend. So I should probably add that up here, honestly. How do you know them and how long has it been since you last met? I think that's good for now. Okay. Tavern Brawl, which isn't really prompt based like that, so we are skipping over it. Festival Day. I It's such a good game to use experiences in. Yeah. Yeah, I see that makes it also still feel like work. I guess the one that I ended up writing down also is I don't know. But yeah, Festival Day. It's so great for using up experiences. But it's such a take turns choosing challenges. I might change that to there. These are a little more involved to write, and it's hard to write them. What do I? How many do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is not bad. But when everyone's going a bunch of times, it definitely can end up with repeats. What have I covered? Cooking challenge, luggage, customer service nightmare, customer service nightmare customer. eating contest or some other contest. Magical shenanigans, improvising, weather, inclement weather. Oh, right, the old equipment. Mm. Oh, I have a good idea. I have a good idea. Hmm. Oh, it's gonna be a little tricky to frame failure for this one though. It's like I want it to be about drawing a crowd in. It's like um business is slowed down because oh my god. See, I don't want it to be like we're running low on hands, like so someone has to overwork themselves kind of deal, right? Which I guess is kind of Tales for a lot of these, but it's a little more like this is just the festival and how it goes, and this one feels a little more. Um, I don't, not business. Like less people are. Maybe it is has slowed down. I don't know if there's. You need to come up with a way to draw more people in fast. Ooh. Yeah, see, that feels more like an extra mechanic of like you can use an experience to bring someone back into the game instead of winning in a game automatically. But that might be another layer that I don't want to add right now to this. Um, heads, tails. You cause exactly the right kind of commotion. And people are crowding through the door again. Gain a point. Yeah, I thought about it if it was because of a rival place. Like someone competing with you with a very similar idea. I could put that back in. Competing place nearby. I need to come up with a way to draw more people in fast. um think it's about like being dead even and having to like kind of be out there drawing people in to maintain that. Dead even now, but you can't let up. Maybe that's not quite the right phrasing. Oh. I kind of like it being like one-upping each other. For everything you do, they try to one-up you. It's not exactly the wording. Um oh. One-upping. Outdoing? Maybe outdo is a better word. Um for each new thing you try, they have something. Each time you try something new, they try to outdo you. Not even now, but you can't let up. Stands are dead even. Stands. Um, you're bringing people. Oh, what just happened there? You're bringing in more people again. But you can't let up, or they'll just. Maybe that's fine. I don't want to overthink this one. Mm, okay. I don't know if I have another idea for that right now. I might try to tackle Bard's Tale and then be done for now. Because I feel like that's really the last one that's really missing prompts. Glass of the Gods, great. In great shape, in my opinion. Bard's Tale, not so much. Okay. So, the back and forth of this kind of escalating. I really like this game, but it is so hard to write prompts for it for me for some reason. Um it's just like it's they have to be kind of specific or driving the story in a way. Um Storytelling and thinking about storytelling is hard. um I have also been thinking about writing a game that is just a Bard's Tale, but it's like, yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is that it helps that this is very specifically like adventuring stories and ballads and that kind of thing. Um, if I didn't have that specificity, it would be so impossible to write. Um, I was thinking of writing a game that is a bunch of like animals that live by a highway in a part of that highway that's like really not frequently traveled. Um, like somewhere that you pass through on a road trip like once every couple years. And the animals are meeting up and telling like ghost stories basically about cars driving by and like people stopping on the side of the road and weird ghost stories about humans and whatever weird road trip behaviors we all do. Um and I was thinking this kind of format could work for it. I was gonna write a Patreon post about it for this month. It's one of the sketches I have, one of the three that are a little more developed. Um, I don't know if I'll have time to write it anytime soon, but it's a thought. Um, oh, Oh, I know an interruption. It's like you hear them tell it and you're just like you have to immediately like elbow the person next to you and be like, you had to have been there. You had to have been there. Are these? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it could be good. I maybe it wouldn't take me that long. I should just set aside a day to try working on that. Um I feel like I feel like I used to write games in like a day all the time or like a night where like with Sad Mech Jam games or something. It was like I sat down in the middle of the day and by like 3 a.m. I was done. And I haven't done that in a very long time. And I feel like I should more. I feel like I'm out of practice. It's impossible to capture this part of the story in words. What makes you nudge the person next to you and say to them, you had to have been there. You had to be there. I know, it's hard. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. Oh, your memory of this part of the story is a little hazy and you stumble through it. I'm like, is the adventurer making a rude comment or muttering under their breath or just like giving this bard a death glare? There's so many different options here. Oh, this one's hard. I'm like, maybe it can just be a death glare, but then it doesn't really add much. Oh, hmm. I feel like that's kind of the like important bit is like covered in a couple of these other prompts, and I want the adventurer to care about this enough to be a little upset, but not like they're not interjecting this is what actually happened because it's that important, right? Adventurer. How does your frustration show? Or it's like, mm, yeah, it's not quite there. I kind of want this specifically to be a little more about like interaction between the adventurer and the bard. Like a lot of this game is just less about the story itself and a little more about the like weird tension and irony of the subject of the story being in the room and the person not realizing it, right? It's meant to, I guess the stories that come out of this do tend to be really fun, but hmm. Oh, what sign from the adventurer? And you're stumbling through it. Noise or sign makes you tell it with a little more conviction. There we go. You could be getting a death glare, or you could hear a cough or something in the back of the room, and you're like, there we go. We got there. Okay. Like, I would love to get one more in. But I don't know if I have it in me right now. Um, so I think I might call it here. Um, this was really good. It was good to hang out and do game design and write out some prompts. And hopefully I will be doing it in the future more. I'm gonna try to do it like once a month at least. I might do it. Some of it might be like patrons only, and some of it might be just like chilling and posting the link on Twitter or whatever. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out. Um, and I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope to see y'all at the next one. Bye.